Welcome back, everyone, to the Heaven on Earth Prayer Collective. I am so grateful to be back together with each and every one of you. Um, it's been such an incredible week to bear witness to the power of our community, the power of our light work, the power of our choice to become very sober and clear with why we're here at this very specific time on this planet, to be living angels on earth, as we had prayed together about earlier this week on Facebook Live. I want to thank so many of you for your loving support. That was a very fiery transmission that came through me, and it was very vulnerable, and yet it was also such a relief. There was so much liberation that I got to experience within me, to be able to come together in community and have all of our feelings about what's unfolding at this time on the planet, and still choose to claim the fullness of heaven within us. When I named the Heaven on Earth, when I gave the name to this prayer collective, the Heaven on Earth Prayer Collective, oh gosh, at this point, probably 4 years ago, it first of all, it came from the Ascended Masters, but it also came from the center of my heart that has always known since childhood that heavenly realities are absolutely possible to birth and nurture and maintain on this planet. This planet is by default birthed out of seraphim DNA, which means the consciousness of Sophia Gaia, of Mother Earth, is that of reproducing heavenly angelic beings and consciousnesses through her land. So we're on a planet that is an exceptional way shower for what we can cultivate within us through our willingness to show up to our full potential as creator and creatrix, gods and goddesses walking this earth, and really taking full responsibility for what we came here to do, for what we came here to embody. So I want to thank each and every one of you for your membership in the Heaven on Earth Prayer Collective, for continuing to show up month after month to pray together, to step into this divine communion that allows us to be oracular activists, embodied angelic way showers of the truth. The truth of reality is love. The truth of reality is peace. The truth of the presence of God is within each and every one of us, is invincible, eternal, and infinite. We have an infinite capacity to regenerate. We have an infinite capacity to rebuild. We have an infinite capacity to learn from our mistakes, take the medicine and the corrections, and to rebuild and regrow and restart, and to choose to birth these next few years that are absolutely pivotal in humanity's journey together through that one sacred heart that we are all abiding in. We are all abiding within the heart of God. Whatever you call God, I call God Sophia in my book, The Sophia Code. But whatever you call God, we're all abiding in that one heart of consciousness that is unconditionally loving and unconditionally present for us when we want to step inside that heart and commune with each other from that perspective, as well as to unconditionally receive the love and support and guidance that we need during such challenging times on the planet. We're also at the point right now, that gateway, where we're stepping into the holiday season. It's kind of an interesting time to step into the holiday season. The holiday season is a time to celebrate our light and our love, and we would hope for it to be with that lightness of spirit that we so honor the holiday season for. But you know, in reality, especially if you think about the both the Jewish Passover and the story of Jesus's birth, that's, you know, two main holidays that are seasons that are celebrated this time. It's like those both came out of very dark stories. You know, what's so fascinating about embodying our highest light is that it very often takes the crucible of coming up against coming into the confrontation of the greatest darkness, unconscious darkness, both within us and outside of us, that needs to be brought into the light of our own divinity. So here we are at the holiday season with so many disasters that are being perpetuated around the world. And many of us may be wondering, well, excuse me, I don't know what to be grateful for, or I don't know what to feel safe about, or I don't know what to have hope for. And I want to assure you that this is the time of year where your journey as a way shower, your prayers and your meditations and your peace are more necessary than ever. They're making a greater impact than you could possibly imagine. And that includes how you are feeling your feelings about what it feels like to be the light in such intense times on the planet. I was really surprised by how much it was actually the process of feeling my feelings about what's happening in California right now during that video on Thursday that made such a significant impact for people, that allowed them to step into the information and intelligence that their own feelings were communicating to them, and it allowed for them to validate their own feelings. And this is part of the divine feminine wisdom, both for this holiday season and for navigating the shock, the grief, the anger that we are experiencing with these global disasters. It's the ability to, the divine feminine wisdom says what you're feeling is real, otherwise you wouldn't be feeling it. It's a real response to what needs to change, what needs to be brought into the light of our consciousness. If we are to, the old patriarchal agenda would have us cut ourselves off from our feelings and go numb, because if we're numb, we won't do anything to activate ourselves or activate this world. We'll go, numbness leads to shock / leads to going belly up and refusing to make a difference. When you feel your feelings, that divine feminine wisdom knows that your feelings are going to jumpstart you out of the shackles of shock. It's going to jump, even if you have to go through the passages of anger or even deep grief, at least there is water flowing and the fires within alighting within you that is moving you into the direction outside of stagnancy, into the realms of change and taking responsibility for what you really want to experience in your human embodiment and in your world. So one of the really strong messages that came through for me while I was preparing for tonight's call is the Ascended Masters want for us to remember how truly multidimensional we are. They're saying this is a saving grace during this time where we're watching so much of physical reality literally melt down or wash away. Our sense of safety, our sense of security, our sense of identity can feel as though it's melting away or washing away in the storms and the fires. But the only thing that is dissolving inside of us as we witness what's happening in the world around us, we are disengaging from our attachments of our identifying our worth and identifying who we are based on physical reality. We are re-identifying with our divine heritage. We are re-identifying with our divine inheritance that says that we are angels and stewards of this world, not just angels in this world, but stewards of this world. That was the original intention for the creation of our species, was to be beautiful stewards and caretakers of all the other species here and of this planet. And so it's really important to remember how multidimensional you are, because this allows for you to feel the freedom of all the other realms of reality, including and especially the realms of the ascended masters that are watching over you, that are watching over us, and that are indeed guiding us into our embodied leadership, in how to embody our higher selves, how to flip on the switches of our divine genome and live in the truth of our light, our soul's light, radiating out from our eyes, from our smiles, from our actions, from our care, and yes, most especially from our feelings. Our feelings are the first passage, are the first bridge, I should say, where our mind can soften and our heart can open to feel your connection across the heart waves. I say that a lot, and there's a reason why I say that, sending love to you across the heart waves, because what I'm saying is I'm sending love to you across every dimensional reality. And I'm invoking you to receive that love across every dimensional reality. And the Ascended Masters in Chapter 5 of the Sophia Code talk about how when we partner with them, when we're working side by side with them as part of our team, we are building those bridges through our feelings, through our mentorship with them. We are building bridges from their dimensional reality into this dimensional reality. We're bridge building across realms. Why is that so important? Well, I think we can all clearly see right now with all of these disasters why it's so important to bust down the roadblocks in our minds about what is possible here on this planet, and to fling open the doors of our consciousness to allow for the heavenly realms to start flooding this planet with the light and consciousness that they abide in constantly, to come and resonate with ours here, and to join with us in building and birthing this new paradigm based on divine feminine and divine masculine Christ consciousness working together as one. If you are continually just focused upon physical reality as a 3D matrix of form that is the end all and be all, you're going to keep bumping up against that physical reality as though it's your only resource for hope, it's your only resource of prosperity, it's your only resource for change. And in fact, this physical reality is such a shadow, as Yogananda would say, but a shadow of the truth of the multiverse, of Sophia God's creation. This is but a shadow of what's available to us. And so the game here, if you were to think about it as a game, is to see how much you can open the doors of your perception to include all the magic and blessings and unconditional divine love and omniscient intelligence, the advanced intelligence, such as from our Star Nation families that have been watching over us and guiding us into, and all of the angelic orders and the Ascended Masters and the Buddhas of light. They are just as much invested in saving this planet as you and I are. we are part of a much greater team of holy beings, and I consider you one of those holy beings, that we are working together for our future. No matter what's happening out there on the news, in very real time in countries all over the world, I'm particularly in my own process with what's happening here in the United States, but we all know this is happening in every country all over the world right now. And so when we look upon this stage, this world, and we are entering in this time of the year where we're expected, there's so many expectations to be light and be generous and give all these presents and make it be a part of different holiday gatherings where your heart might feel really heavy. It might not feel like you want to go be a lighthearted holiday person or whatever. It's really important to know that you can resource these higher realms and the truth of your feelings and alchemize all of that into a peace, a prosperity, a power that is the true gift of the holidays. It is the reason why we celebrate this season. It's our ability to resource the light beyond the light, the source of all of the light that we experience, the source of the light, the purest, highest light, as well as the purest presence of emptiness, that black womb of nothing, no thing, that all the light arises from. We are resourcing that during this holiday season. We are resourcing that as in our embodiments, as we open our minds to partner with the Ascended Masters and allow for their light to amplify our light here. You're not doing this alone. I'm not doing this alone. We're not doing this alone. We're doing it, first of all, together, but then we're also doing it in the presence of these masters that have spent eons of lifetimes honing their gifts and skills of what it means to embody this much light for entire populations and planets. And that includes the many ascended Star Nation civilizations that most of us on this call are connected to. Okay, if there was a time to start talking about the angelic presence of our star families, it would be now. It would be now. And so I would love for us to turn to page 47 of the Sophia Code together, start out our prayer circle with a reading. And they're talking about this exchange that's happening on page 47 of the Sophia Code. It says, so in this lifetime, I'm on paragraph 3. I'm starting at paragraph 3 from the top, and you're welcome to read this out loud, which it's very, very powerful to read the Sophia Code out loud. So if you want to read it out loud, you're on mute. It's totally fine. And then you can feel that the words of the Sophia Code activating within you, your own consciousness, what the Ascended Masters are teaching here on a whole nother level. So this is the Sophia Dragon Tribe speaking together as one, as the High Council. And they're talking about your life being a modern mystery school. Okay, page 47. So in this lifetime, class is in session every day in order to live in alignment with the reality of miracles. You are now being guided to access your soul initiations and personal training for embodying your higher self from masters abiding in the highest light realms of creation. Accessing our daily guidance beyond your physical reality creates a direct path for recognizing the master that already lives within you. Okay, so I want to give a very bold example right now of this teaching. I want for you to visualize that the possibility, just say you are in a very emotional experience or even tragic experience in physical reality. Something has happened. I want you to freeze frame that moment And I want you to, through your third eye, visualize reaching for help beyond whatever is happening in that moment. Move beyond the walls, even if it's maybe there's something happening outside, where maybe you were touched by these fires. Move beyond the smoke. Move even beyond the stratosphere of the earth. Allow your mind to travel all the way beyond the sun, moon, and stars, across the cosmos, directly back to the source of light, from which all of reality arises from. That traveling can happen in but a moment of visualization. And feel that light that gave birth to everything connecting to you right here and right now, and whatever that moment is. And feel how your feelings instantly tune into the light while still being within that physical reality of sudden change or even trauma. And witness how you can resource the piece of that light and then download it right now into that physical moment. Example. This is why we practice prayer and meditation when everything seems to be going just swimmingly. It's so that we build these neurological pathways between your heart, your pineal gland, and your pituitary gland, your heart chakra, your crown chakra, and the source of all that is. We're building highways of light between every your physical DNA and the Sophia Code divine genome within you, so that no matter what circumstances you are in, you have on speed dial your connection to the source. So let's keep reading. As ascended master mentors, we provide the same mystery school initiations that you once physically received in other lifetimes for activating the spiritual technology of your human body from a higher dimensional reality. Receiving these same initiations in this new way activates the power of your faith to download direct revelations, which is a precursor for commanding miracles. Your faith reveals the master who already lives within you. When you believe that you can directly commune with us to receive our blessings, divine interventions, soul initiations, DNA activations, emotional support, and personal coaching across multiple planes of reality. Cultivating your ability to receive our direct revelations occurs one self-loving step at a time in the modern mystery school of your daily life choices. We invite your consciousness to consider that the extraordinary opportunity of this next golden age is to become the embodied miracle of your own faith, as well as the living embodiment of the direct revelations that you download from your higher self. That's the age of miracles. If each and every one of us were embodying this much faith, this much light, and this much information from our direct communion with the source, we would spontaneously make a massive quantum leap as a species. But that massive quantum leap can only happen one person at a time. And that's what you and I are up to right now. This is your lifetime for the master within you to be revealed and witnessed in the presence of other masters, both seen and unseen. Just take a moment. I'm going to pause right here. We have a few more paragraphs to read, but take a moment to step into that field of resonant love and consciousness. The Ascended Masters are standing right here with you. They're standing in a different dimensional reality, but that dimensional reality is being bridged by the love of this transmission going and the love of your own higher self connecting with them in that dimensional reality, connecting you to their reality and their reality to your reality on earth. That's happening right now in this moment, especially because we have so many people on this call. And the more people gather together to practice that consciousness, the more it becomes amplified and empowered to become easier and easier for everyone to feel that connection. So maybe you can feel Mother Mary smiling at you right now. And you might even want to move your hands in a figure eight direction, where you're figurating between your heart and Mother Mary's heart. It's like a moving mudra, an open hand mudra, where you're feeling and you're participating in the movement of that energy, going from your heart to Mother Mary's heart and back to your heart, feeling those waves of divine love, opening your heart, smiling at your heart, connecting the reality that Mother Mary exists in to the reality that you exist in. Perhaps it's Jesus, perhaps it's Green Tara, perhaps Kuan Yin is your mentor that you want to feel standing right next to you, supporting you, because she is. Perhaps you want to feel the Sophia dragons surrounding you in their grace and their crystalline light, breathing the breath of life with you. Take a moment to feel their dimensional reality breathing into your dimensional reality, and your breath of life touching them in their dimensional reality. As you reach for us and our moment by moment support, you build a bridge from our dimensional reality to yours. This results in your physical reality resonating with the high frequency vibration of our steadfast presence, guiding your awareness. Your willingness to reach for our frequency raises the vibration of your entire being to regularly receive quantum solutions for your life. This is really good news. There's so much that we are battling in our world, between toxicity and mind control and viral programming in the media. What this passage is saying is we have access to minds and hearts that are not being influenced in any way by that toxicity or that viral programming. They are joining their minds with your minds in absolute honoring your absolute sovereignty. The resonance, their crystalline resonance is literally joining with yours, which means your crystalline resonance has someone to resonate with. It immediately lifts and lightens your being in such dark times. And not only that, it also helps you to stay in your center, and to remember how important it is to love yourself during the holiday season, especially when you're around relatives or community members or family or people, or even just going to the stores where people are really stressed out, and remembering to stay in that resonance of what's real. Unconditional divine love, the peace of Sophia God, the purity of your own Holy Spirit, the truth that no matter who you're married to or not married to, no matter how many family members you have, or if you don't have any family at all, no matter which friends you're spending the holidays with or not, you are absolutely loved and revered and respected and adored by the Ascended Masters, by the angels, and of course, by your creator, creatrix, source, whatever you call God. And that wherever you are right now is absolutely perfect. There's a purpose to why you're where you're at, wherever you're going to be on the holidays, wherever you're at in the world right now, in your ministry, wherever you're at with your job or whatever's happening in your relationship. This time of the year highlights for us how much growth we have achieved and embodied through the course of 2018, and how much that has deepened our heart's prayer to become even bigger people, even brighter angels, even more clearly seen as resources of divine feminine, divine masculine Christ light. Now they're talking about what happens when they reach for us on page 48. As we reach for you in our daily communion, we create bridges that ground our heavenly frequency within your dimensional reality on earth. Well, we could certainly use that right now, couldn't we? Our intention is to create new neurological pathways for multidimensional relating through personal mentor relationships that radically support your willingness to live your life in absolute sovereignty. Over an arc of time, our daily communion eventually aligns you in ever-increasing measure with your role as an initiator and way shower for all of humanity. Even at the Thanksgiving Day dinner table, you are being a way shower in whatever you choose to eat or not eat, whatever you choose to drink or not drink, whatever you choose to say or refrain from saying. This is how you're being a way shower. It starts in our immediate circles. The Ascended Masters say we are co-creating this radical modern day mystery school with you. And our evolution is mutual. How interesting that they say that. Our evolution is mutual in this heroic journey of awakening all beings to their divine inheritance of the Sophia Code. So we encourage you to celebrate your daily life as the ceremony of ascension. And this is from page 47 and 48 of the Sophia Code, today's reading. So it's so interesting, you know, when I first released the Sophia Code, I knew that it was a blueprint for ascension. I just had no idea that it would also be a blueprint for navigating such intense and even dark times. And that's what's so fascinating to me about the Sophia Code. The more I read it as a sacred text, the more I deepen in my relationship with what has been given to us through it, the more I can recognize and see, oh my God, the Ascended Masters were speaking to us on so many levels, to our consciousness and to our world. They were speaking both of what was to come, by preparing us with certain higher self technologies, which there's more coming in future books. And of course, in every time we meet together, that there's also new information that comes through. But today, what they would really like to guide us through is several clearings and transmissions for kind of a dual empowerment, both regarding what's happening right now and also preparing us for this week. In the US, we will be, many people will be experiencing Thanksgiving, and then we're getting ready for all of the different holidays, different religious traditions in December. So let's start out with this clearing that they shared with me about. And we'll begin by just dropping in, maybe closing your eyes, feeling your breath, tuning into your heart. Just allowing yourself to feel the thoughts fall away. And feel your consciousness dropping into your heart center. It's two very different places. You can live in your head or you can live in your heart. Ideally, we find a way to merge them, where your mind is in service to the power of your heart. And at this time, we call in the presence, we call our awareness to what's already happening all around us, which is that the presence of the Ascended Masters, the presence of Sophia God exists within everything and exists all around us right now. And we invoke our human awareness to soften with the waters of Kuan Yin's blessing over our mental body and our emotional body, so that we can simply relax into the presence of God, Buddha, Holy Spirit, whatever you call that presence. And feel that there is this very alive consciousness that's listening to your every breath. We meet that presence in the very first page of the Sophia Code, when Sophia literally saying, I am breathing you. I'm reading these words through your own eyes, even as I am all around you. This presence, this unconditionally loving, curious, alive presence. This is the foundation of our sanctuary, our virtual temple. This is the foundation of what we believe in, the presence of God. It is both the Holy Mother and the Holy Father. It is that one source light. And it is feeling you as you allow yourself to soften and feel it. And across this light, across this consciousness, across this presence of love, may you feel the doorways of reality open as the fullness of the Sophia Dragon Tribe, our beloved High Council of Ascended Masters, arrive. And surrounding you, thousands of Ascended Masters and Archangels surrounding you in their own unconditionally loving presence and crystalline light, including the Holy Seraphim, the Sophia Dragons, the Ophamine, the Order of Ophamine, the Order of Cherubim, the Order of Virtue Angels, the Miracle Angels, crystalline angels of every order that are in service to Sophia's light, blessing you now, surrounding you in grace. And at this time, I'd like to welcome the presence of your higher self. Actually, presence of your higher self is here always. So more accurately would be to say, I invoke your awareness to awaken and open to your own divinity, downloading even more into you right now, resonating out from every cell of your body. Your body might feel, every cell of your body may begin to feel as though it's buzzing in response to your awareness, reaching in and out and in every direction to feel your own divinity. Notice I said, feel your divinity. Whatever you can feel that feels as though it's the presence of God inside of you, bless it. Even if it feels like just one little candle flame, and that's all you can feel it and flex that feeling as a muscle. The patriarchal agenda wants for you to numb out and tune out from your feelings, because your feelings are a very powerful way to access your direct communion with God. Don't let them take away your feelings. Don't numb out. See how sober you can become to the greatest high in the multiverse. The love and presence that Sophia God has for you is the greatest high and the greatest solution for everything. So feeling into that presence of your own divinity, expanding your consciousness to feel even more of God's love for you. Sophia's love, whatever you call that energy. And at this time, I'm welcoming the High Council and your higher self. Everything, of course, that happens in this space is directed by your own higher self. I'm welcoming the presence of the Ascended Masters and all of the angels and your higher self to begin a very deep cleansing and clearing over your auric field and over your physical body, to clear you from all of the strange radiation that's happening in our world right now, from our cell phones, from Wi-Fi, from cell towers, all the different microwave radiation that seems to just be the patriarchal's agenda to just fry us all of the time. And so we ask for a profound clearing in each and every one of our bodies. So I'm asking that in particular, I'm welcoming in Saint Germain and Isis, carrying that violet flame along with Mother Mary and her sapphire royal blue flames coming in, along with beautiful Ascended Master Jesus Mary Magdalene's diamond white light to cleanse and bless your body and all of your auric fields and your chakras and your meridians, and as well as your physical organs, as well as your the important glands in your bodies to be baptized and refreshed and regenerated by the healing light of the ascended masters and archangels and your own higher self, guiding and directing the course of that healing empowerment. You may feel as though your body is being vacuumed out and of these energies. And we want, as everything is being cleared out, we want for you to receive a download of even more of your higher self's Christ light within your body. You know, the word Christ is a term that indicates when form is carrying something that is holy, and you are the energy of God consciousness within a human form. Every single one of us is a Christed being. Every single one of us is a part of the one body of Christ, which is all beings making up. We are all holographic souls of God. So we all create the one body of Christ when we're in form. And so that's what I'm talking about bringing in more of your Christed light. It's saying, hey, you've been given a body, which means that you get to vote with how much of your own divine light you want to stuff inside that body and learn how to integrate that crystalline light and amplify and literally broadcast that light out into the world. So we're welcoming a download of your higher self's Christ light, filling in all of the places within your body and your organs and your aura, your different auric fields, because your body is made up of many, many, many light bodies that are downloading into this physical matrix. We're filling up all of your auric fields and your chakras with the light of your higher self. Now, as many of you heard during the call on Thursday, I talked about how important the Golden Dragon light body technology is at this time. Really important at this time on the planet. And this is a light body that you can download from your higher self that was created by the Sophia dragons, the holy seraphim of the Divine Mother. And these beautiful angelic golden dragon scales are designed to protect and shield you from environmental toxins, as well as psychic attacks and lower level energies and entities that are perpetuating a lot of these disasters that we're seeing on the earth plane. And so your role as an angelic way shower is to embody this higher self technology and to show others what's possible, that you can live as a sovereign being of light, even amidst the direst of circumstances and the darkest of times on this planet. You can still shine in health and vitality. You can still shine in unconditional love and peace. And we are assisted to do that by in the very conscious use of this higher self technology. So at this time, I'm calling in the Sophia dragons to seal up that blessing that the Ascended Masters are downloading over your body, heart, and mind, clearing out all radiation, clearing out all harmful effects of EMFs. They're also saying they would like your permission to vacuum out your homes and your office spaces. And so you may begin to feel your home or where you're sitting in your sacred space being vacuumed out as well, and then filled with that crystalline light that the Sophia dragons and all of the angelic orders are blessing both you and your sacred spaces with. They're reminding you, excuse me, as they bring blessings over your Golden Dragon light body. If you haven't received your Golden Dragon light body yet, please, you can do the initiation in chapter 13 of the Sophia Code. Please go and do that this month. It's very, very important to initiate yourself with the Ascended Masters that way, so that you can receive all the technology that's available to you at this time. But they're also asking that each and every one of us begins to, I invite you with your feeling body, feel those angelic scales rippling around outside of your auric field, so you feel your body, and then you feel the light bodies around your physical body, then I would like for you to feel those golden dragon scales rippling down and encasing that light within your golden dragon light body, in those beautiful angelic scales. And you may even begin to feel that rainbow consciousness, crystalline consciousness flashing off of your angelic scales. So as the Sophia dragons share with us in chapter 13 of the Sophia Code, not only does the golden dragon light body protect you from environmental and spiritual toxins, it also regenerates environments around you. Talk about being a wave shower, talk about being an embodied wave shower, where your angelic golden dragon scales are literally flashing rainbow consciousness into any environment that you walk into, that you're abiding in. And another interesting thing that this technology is here to help us with, and Mary Magdalene is stepping forward right now to bless us with, is the ability to navigate back to what you know is right for you, even as you are feeling pressured in social situations, especially during the holiday season, to behave or act differently than how you really want to be experiencing yourself and your self-mastery. So often this happens, especially during holiday dinners. Maybe you're at a family dinner and there's a relative there, and they just seem to know how to trigger all of your buttons, push all your buttons, and trigger your deepest wounding. And before you know it, you're stuffing you're stuffing 5 pounds of turkey down your throat when you said you were going to be vegan, or you're pounding a few extra beers when you said you were only going to have one, or maybe you're out back railing butts when you said you were going to go cold turkey, pun intended. And it's like the golden dragon light body and your guides and your angels can help you in those moments. If you try to face those moments alone, chances are good you will light up, or you will, throw back, or you will, emotionally eat. So let's take this moment right now to prepay for Thanksgiving, Christmas, any other holiday gathering where food is involved. And humanity for centuries has used food as an emotional pacifier because we're so afraid of our feelings. This is why you've got to be in a relationship, a healthy relationship with your feelings. So let's take this moment to allow for Mary Magdalene and Kuan Yin and Isis to come forward and make a trinity of healing, a triangle of divine feminine Christ healing light around you. Mary Magdalene is stepping forward to bless you with her diamond light, to activate your angel wings, to stay out during these holiday dinners and during these holiday gatherings, so that whatever prayers that you have to be in sobriety, and when I say sobriety, the most important sobriety is being sober to your relationship with yourself. That's the ultimate sobriety, beyond any freedom from addiction to food or alcohol or drugs. Like, that's the ultimate sobriety. Can you be sober to your relationship with yourself? So Mary Magdalene is blessing you with this consciousness of sobriety. She's placing it as a crown upon your head. Like, hey, you can be a master of love for yourself and to embody that mastery for others, no matter how they may pressure you or misunderstand what it is that you are embodying at that dinner table or in that conversation or at that party. And she is blazing that beautiful diamond light transmission right through your pituitary gland so that you can see yourself clearly in those moments. And Mary Magdalene has a message. She says, if you begin to hear the bells of sovereignty ringing within you, like angel bells in those moments, she's saying, that's my message to you, to call upon me and the angels to help in that moment, to stay true to your higher self's calling within you. You don't have to, you don't have to do the prayer of sobriety alone. You can do it with the Ascended Masters who know the gifts of the abundant gifts that arise when you choose you first. That's what sobriety is. It's choosing loving yourself first, beyond any codependent ideas about pleasing others or fixing others, or even fixing yourself, thinking you have to fix yourself, because there's really nothing wrong with you. Most of what we think is quote unquote wrong with us is how much we've been conditioned to believe what we feel is somehow wrong or sinful. And the truth is that your feelings, as we shared in the beginning of this call, create a bridge between you and the Ascended Masters. They create a bridge between you and the angels. Your feelings create a bridge with your communion with the presence of God. Your feelings are very valuable. And it's up to you to no longer demonize yourself for what an angel you are. And so at this time, remember, we have this beautiful trinity of divine feminine Christ healing around you, preparing you for this holiday season. We now witness that Isis' wings are wide open. We've been doing a lot of work with our angel wings over the past couple of weeks, and we're going to be working with this theme all throughout 2019. And Isis's wings are gloriously risen above her head, and you may feel your wings, the muscles of your wings growing stronger, and in your wings quivering higher in the presence of Isis. And she's blessing your third eye and your heart center. And she's saying that there's so much that you see so clearly about this world. And she's saying, it's safe to see what you see and stay connected to your heart. Isis is saying that is the healing, both for the holiday season, but also for the darkness of these times that we are experiencing. If you can see and witness the truth of what's really unfolding here, and still remain connected and in communion with the feelings of your heart, you are bringing so much medicine of mastery into this world. Because how many people see clearly through their third eye and through their eyes the machinations of pain and turmoil and addiction that are so acutely punctuated at this time, and even during the holiday season, because the holiday season, there's so much polarity. Most people get scared by what they see and want to check out and give up hope, and even can become so depressed that it can lead to suicide. And Isis is very concerned about this phenomenon right now. She knows how important it is that each and every one of us stays the course and completes the mission for why we're here. We're actually not here for very long. It can feel so long. Sometimes being just one human day can feel like it's dragging on forever if you're, if you're in resistance to your purpose, or you're really working through a deep healing. It can just feel like it's dragging on forever. But the reality is that we're only here for a very short amount of time. The reality is we're here on behalf of our multidimensional family of light. We told the Ascended Masters and we told our star family, pick me. I want to go. I want to be that Jedi of light. I want to be that warrioress of love. I want to be that Prince of Peace. Pick me. Wow. I mean, we all chose the Ivy League of spiritual university by downloading ourselves onto this earth plane for this mission. And Isis is deeply honoring you for your willingness to stay, but she's saying, let's go even further. Not only are you going to be here and embody your higher self's light, you're going to stay eyes wide open and heart wide open. And your angel wings being open and up not only broadcast your angelic light to everyone else, do you see and can you feel radiating out from the back of your heart, up your shoulders? Your wings are protecting you. You feel that? Just like your golden dragon light body scales are protecting your direct connection to the source, all of your light bodies, your angel wings are actually creating a field of powerful, muscular light around your physical body, around your face, around your psychic centers, so that you can be the compassionate witness both to your crazy relatives, or the pain of your family or friends during the holiday season, as well as the atrocities that are happening around the world. Do you see the power of staying in your heart? Your angel wings will support your heart remaining open. If your angel wings stay up, your heart can stay open. Isn't that fascinating? And it feels so good, right? And not only that, but as we explored on Thursday night's call, you can wrap those angel wings around you when you feel scared, and you can comfort yourself with your own angelic wings. You can say, baby, I got you. This divinity that I am is protecting you. This communion that my wings maintain for us is what is going to continue to guide you and protect you in all ways. And you're just feeling the presence of those wings supporting you, and Isis joining you. Her wings blessing your wings, strengthening your upper back. You may begin to feel that sensation in your upper back as she blesses you and assures you that although these times are very, very intense, Isis is saying, you are the masters you are just the masters for the job. You are just the angels for the job. And she is assuring you that you are never alone. She is always, always with you. And in our Trinity of Divine Feminine Christ Healing Empowerment, we also have beautiful Kuan Yin. And Kuan Yin is, she's approaching eye to eye. She's walking up to you, and her face is very soft. But if you could take a moment to feel the ferocity of her gentleness, she's arriving with her beautiful, she has a Sophia dragon as one of her allies and guides. And she's inviting you to feel how that purity of your light, that in the Sophia code, Kuan Yin embodies the gentle light that pierces all darkness. And we chose that word pierces specifically to point to the ferocity of Kuan Yin's gentleness. There is a transmission that will not budge. You can be gentle and so firm that gentleness is the absolute. It is the beginning and end of what is going to happen in that moment, in that situation, in that vibrational reality. And this is a very important transmission that Kuan Yin says each of us are being initiated into embodying during this holiday season. The holiday season, there is such a heightened, there are so many heightened emotions of grief, of anger, of loss, especially with how many disasters are unfolding right now. And she's saying it's really important to hold this gentle yet firm, compassionate gaze that attunes us to the frequency that our divinity is powerful, invincible, and ever present, that there is a divine plan unfolding, and that as we activate our divine genome, we are becoming even more co-creators with that divine plan. We are taking up the mantle of our personal responsibility to co-create that divine plan for the liberation and blessing of all beings here. Gentle but firm, steady faithfulness. It's the qualities of generosity, prosperity, fairness, truth, compassion, clarity, clear activism. The sobriety of unconditional love, and the willingness to be compassionate enough with yourself to prepare for this holiday season in such a way that you will feel successful on the other side, all the way through to New Year's. Let's set that intention. Let's set that intention that all the way through past the New Year's celebration, you're going to look back over these past 2 months and you're going to feel amazing about the decisions that you made in your conversations and how you treated your body and how you celebrated the light of who you are and how you got involved in what you chose to give and what you chose to receive. Kuan Yin is blessing you with her waters to balance out those places within you that may feel prone to over giving during this season. And with Mary Magdalene's blessing to see yourself clearly, and Isis's blessing to keep your wings up on high, and Kuan Yin's blessing for you to feel in your heart the balance of what you are giving and receiving during this holiday season. When you can hold back in self-regeneration because there's so much that you're giving on other levels. Learning how to balance. There's such a tendency to go into overspending or frenetic gift giving. And there's nothing wrong with gift giving. Gift giving is wonderful, but bringing compassion to yourself, to those places and spaces within you that may want to compensate with stuff, things, or actions that actually just need to be brought into the balance of self-love, so that you can feel the true spirit of this holiday season, of a generosity that's overflowing from balanced self-love. When you're giving from that space, the gift giving is such a pure experience of love. And so Mother Mary is approaching to bless the back of our hearts right now, as Kuan Yin is blessing the front of your heart, so that you can feel a beautiful cellular clearing, divine feminine wisdom clearing the back of your heart of any burdens or heaviness that you may be feeling about this season of, is there, gift giving or social events or commitments, that's the word I'm looking for. Social engagements or commitments that may feel overwhelming to you. Maybe there's deadlines at work that are feeling overwhelming to you towards the end of the year. Taking that heavy burden off of the back of your heart, and we invite the Ascended Masters to guide you over the next 2 months in how to navigate the balance of rest and self-regeneration and self-love and self-compassion, to be very gentle with yourself as the first gift of your season. You are the first gift. To really feel how your heart feels honored by knowing that you consider yourself the gift first. And I'm seeing the Ascended Masters placing gifts around you, these beautiful wrapped gifts. And what they're saying is, these are our gifts of support throughout November and December. And some of these gifts include a special blessing to make it easier for you to remember to call out and reach out for help in any moment. It's as simple as, I don't know how to respond to this person without reacting to them. Please help me in this moment to either just not say anything or to find a loving yet firm response that honors my truth. During the holidays, you don't have to react. You can take a breath, take a 5-minute break, and you can come back and respond at a more appropriate moment where you can still feel all of your feelings about something that may upset you, but at the same time, bring that information with firm, clear love. Kuan Yin is also whispering in my ear how important it is this holiday season. I've been feeling this a lot over this past week with all of the heightened disasters. The topic of forgiveness is becoming very important. The Ascended Master's been talking to me a lot about it. And I've been having a lot of dreams about it as well. It's really important for you to, during this holiday season, to go into your heart and forgive others and yourself, especially for outstanding resentments or pain that you experienced. And when I say forgiveness, I'm not saying to condone actions that brought harm to yourself or others. Forgiveness is a process of choosing that you're going to free yourself from the unresolved anger that and resentment that may be harming your own heart and your own body. And it's particularly important while we're witnessing these disasters and these atrocities being perpetuated against humanity to practice this form of forgiveness. Because the truth is that this level of darkness is literally it's presenting humanity with the choice of no choice, which is to spiritually wake up, like really wake up really, really fast. You can't watch half a state, one of the largest states in the United States, burning to the ground and not have that insight, a certain level of global spiritual awakening, collective mass spiritual awakening. It's just that horrific. It just causes people to dive that deep within their souls or to completely check out. That those are the two possibilities when we face tragedies of this level. Magnitude is the word I'm looking for. This magnitude, we are forced into the choice of no choice. So the process that Kuan Yin has been showing me is feel your feelings. You can be as upset and as angry and even as enraged as you want to feel about the injustices of this world. And even in the holiday season, any injustices in your family dynamic, in your marriage, or in your friendships or coworkers. But or better word, and feel all of your feelings. And as you give yourself permission to feel all of your feelings and acknowledge what's real for you without condoning any injustices, then find that place within you that has been deeply triggered into a spiritual awakening from those injustices, and resource the 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 blessings of that awakening to give you the strength to forgive those who have trespassed against you. Just as Jesus prayed on the cross, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do, which is really, really the truth. It's really unbelievable how little they know what they're doing. They're so blinded by their own ego and their own emptiness. And to choose to no longer be a victim of unresolved hatred or unresolved anger or unresolved rage, because you need all the space in your heart to feel as much of the love and peace of Sophia God in your body and in your heart every day. So Kuan Yin is blessing you with this transmission that the journey of Om Mani Padme Hum, that forgiveness that is found through her mantra, or the Hawaii prayer, Ho'oponopono prayer, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. That prayer, there is deep magic in the power of forgiveness. What happened after that prayer that Jesus prayed during the crucifixion? He straight up ascended in front of everybody. He didn't reincarnate and get stuck back in the same story with all of the cast of characters that were involved in that story. He straight up ascended and had thousands of witnesses watch his ascension, because there was nothing that could bind him to this physical reality. And that's really what we're talking about when we every religious lineage that celebrates during this holiday season. It's about the celebration of the soul's light overcoming all darkness, being born into the darkness and rising out of the darkness. I mean, the birth of Jesus happened during a very similar apocalyptic totalitarian time. Not so different from this time that we're living in right now. We're choosing to celebrate our greatest angelic light during the greatest times of darkness, and who we discover about ourselves as Christed beings from the gift of that contrast. Do we have to like it? Heck no. You do not have to like any of it. But as you step inside really the spiritual technology of forgiveness, you get to claim the unlimited power that goes along with that journey of forgiveness. And so I'm witnessing Kuan Yin blessing you with these light waves of water over all of your auric fields, your heart, and your mind, to begin this process of very conscious, sober practices of forgiveness that set you free, that liberate your body, heart, and mind from being overly identified with this physical reality, while still being a witness to what's happening in physical reality and being an embodied way shower of change within this physical reality. It's just as Jesus and Mary Magdalene taught, be in the world, but not of the world. The truth is, you are not of this world. The truth is that you came here from an ascended civilization, other star nations, other places in the universe. If you're on this call, this is you. You came here as an emissary of light. But physical reality is such a convincing matrix to experience your light within that it can be very easy to get caught in the karmic snags and bonds and corded to this reality unnecessarily as you minister to those who have completely forgotten their original divine origins. So we bless you. We bless your wings. We bless your body glowing with golden angelic light. We bless your consciousness radiating that Sophia Christ light into this world. And we bless all of those places and spaces within you that are now being liberated by your own self-forgiveness. And by your willingness in the days and weeks to come to be very consciously aware and awake to what wants to be forgiven and who wants to be forgiven in that inner cosmos of your life, your inner rich life. That rich inner life, you know, a lot of the people that we hold resentments to or situations, they don't even exist anymore outside of us. They live within us as memories that need our loving attention. As you light candles this holiday season, decide who it is that needs to be forgiven within you and released out of you, so that more of your own Sophia Christ light, the Holy Spirit of your higher self, can take up more space within you. Strengthening your angel wings, keeping your beautiful heart open, keeping your eyes wide open as you radiate the truth of your sovereign divinity. Let's close in prayer. Holy Mother, Holy Father, Sophia Source, thank you for this opportunity to be a community of light that feels our feelings, that knows what's real, sober to the truth of our divinity and how powerful and beautiful and precious we are in your eyes. Thank you, Holy Mother, Holy Father, for clearing us of all the viral programming and outdated belief systems about how we're supposed to placate to something outside of ourselves. And thank you for standing us up on our own 2 feet and showing us how powerful we are as co-creators of this new age of miracles, that this age of miracles starts with each and every one of us embodying the miracle of what we already are. It's as though each and every one of us is one of those beautiful stars that you've sent from the sky down here to earth to keep this world bright. The very same stars and flames that we light within us and in our temples and sacred spaces to celebrate this holiday season. May we see ourselves as those sacred flames. May we see ourselves as that order of Magdalena, those bright ones that choose to be the sacred flames of God wherever we go. I pray that each and every one of us truly feels at home in our own hearts during this holiday season. That those individuals, those family members and friends and coworkers that we're celebrating the season with, that we will show them how deeply loved they are through the light of our higher self, flowing through our voice, flowing through our eyes, flowing through our hands, and flowing through true gifts of sobriety to those that we are planning on celebrating this season with. That we will not miss the opportunity to remind people how important they are. This includes our children and the beloved animal companions that are in our reality, and as well as the earth and our homes and our environments, that we are embodying such a depth of gratitude and reverence for the divinity within all that causes our light to blaze even brighter during this holiday season. Thank you for blessing everything and everyone that is near and dear to our hearts, all of the creative projects and our businesses and ministries and careers, and all of the projects that we are pouring our hearts into that are birthing a new paradigm, even as an old paradigm falls away. Thank you for the power of your presence that is pushing the true sovereign strength of our spirit to become even brighter at this time, and to make an even greater contribution during this holiday season to the peace and balance of all beings here on earth. I welcome the Ascended Masters continuing to bless and guide us throughout the coming month as we steadily walk towards the winter solstice. May we truly feel in our body, hearts, and minds how your holy, loving presence is always with us, always sustaining us, always guiding us, and always uplifting us into our greatest potential in this lifetime. We give thanks for all of these blessings, all of these healings, all of these divine feminine wisdoms that come from you, Holy Mother, Sophia God, by the power of three, a perfect Trinity. We declare, it is done, it is done, it is done, and so it is. Amen. Thank you, everyone, for taking this time to be together in sanctuary and wholeness and in remembrance of our divinity. And I want to thank everyone for your support this week during Thursday's transmission for our prayer, as well as that time to really feel our feelings about what's happening in California. And I invite you to continue to pray for the fires to cease in California, and for all of the resources and human hearts to awaken to be a part of the solution of rebuilding life for those who are in California. And part of that prayer is that I will be in Los Angeles in December for the winter solstice, for a very important ceremony to gather light workers around the world to receive activations from the Ascended Masters specifically for these times that we're living in. We're going to be partnering with the Sophia Dragons, receiving additional light body activations, and to feel the strength of our community gathering. A momentous light, even amidst these circumstances. I'm just so proud of all of the light workers that have committed to being there in person together with me and with all of our angels on the Sophia Dragon Tribe team. And if you are being guided by your higher self to be a part of that weekend, please know that you will be protected and guided in all ways. And so, yeah, just if you'd like to learn more, that information is available on my website. And I'm just so grateful that the Ascended Masters asked me to do that, create this event back in August. And I was really surprised that they did. But they said, this is really important. You've got to get to LA. And they didn't show me about the fires that were going to happen. And I thought that was, this week I asked them about that, and they said, why didn't you show me about that this would be happening? And they said, would you have gone if we had? And I thought, oh my God, I probably would not have planned that event if I had known that. And I'm so grateful that I listened, because there isn't anywhere else I'd rather be on this winter solstice than activating the city of angels with all of our angelic light together as the one body of Christ. So that's my invitation from my heart to yours. If you can't join us live, I invite you to light a candle during our ceremony on Friday night and be a part of the ceremony with us in that way. So thank you for showing up and being here together. We love you so much. From my heart to yours, I'm sending you every blessing. I'm praying for you all of the time. And I look forward to praying with you again next month for the Heaven on Earth Prayer Collective. All my love to you. Namaste. Good night.